to the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing Moments on Boldfaces serialization. My name is Tricia Eseigbe Kerry. Today, our focus is centered on the Ministry of Housing Operations, covering the pilot national housing program and ecosystem of human enterprise, where artisans, vendors, suppliers, and craftsmen converge and partake in opportunities and contribute to nation building. Boldfaces Moments continues after the break.
Let me also point out that our pilot national housing program has led to a nationwide housing construction being undertaken in 34 states where we have received land. No less than 1,000 people are employed on each of those sites. This is quite apart from the staff of the successful contractors who won the bids to construct. These sites are now an ecosystem of human enterprise, where artisans, vendors, suppliers, and craftsmen converge to partake of opportunities and contribute to nation building. These are some of the most vulnerable people for whom President Buhari has delivered.
Well, I've alluded to them. I mean, they are in various stages of completion. Some are finished, some are painting, some are doing snags, infrastructure, roads, estate roads, water supply. And this is not the only project that is addressing housing supply. The Federal Housing Authority is also undertaking its own projects. The Federal Mortgage Bank has also financed some estate development loans, and those projects are coming to conclusion by the developers.
We have made very significant progress in a number of states, and we are actually approaching the finishing line in the states like Katsina, Bauchi, Kogi, Taraba, Imo, and Akwa Ibom. So those states, before long, we will deliver those states. Other states are in various levels of completion in this pilot stage of the program.
So there's a multi-sector, multi-departmental approach to supply. But supply needs to be scientific. And that's why, as a policy director for the housing sector, we are running this pilot to validate our ideas and then create a national policy.
The national housing program as we have today is a pilot scheme we're trying to run. But apart from that, let me tell you, between 1999 and 2015, there is no attempt by the previous government to build a single house for the citizens. Instead, it sold what it had.
You see, if you are introducing a product, I think the sensible thing to do is to pilot that product, sample the reaction of the end users before you multiply production. So that's what we're doing.
This is the government that say we are going to attempt to do a national housing program. And what did we do? We have deployed these projects in 34 states of the Federation, taking into cognizance a few of the cultural diversity of this country, the availability of land space that we have in this country. So you will see that in some states we have dwelling units, in some states we have condominiums, and we have 68 to 70 units in each of the states that I have mentioned.
In the northern part of Nigeria, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom bungalows with courtyards. In the southern part of Nigeria, a mixture of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom bungalows and a mixture of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom condominiums of flats. So we haven't finished all of it. Some have been completed, some are still a work in progress. So when we validated the concept, then it's easy to automate and to mass produce.
This is the first government-initiated project that has taken care of the disability of our fellow Nigerians by making special provisions for people that have disabilities, to be able to accommodate them in the system that we operate.
The National Housing Program, which is currently being undertaken by the ministry, set out to fulfill at least two of the objectives of the federal government's economic recovery and growth plan. Talking of investing in our people, improving the economy.
No, I think that the important thing first to say is that housing is a catalyst for employment, is a catalyst for productivity, and is a catalyst to boost demand for services, maintenance, repairs, furnishing, making of curtains. So many things happen when you put it together. But you must do it smartly. What type of house? If people can't afford the house, if people don't like the house, you've lost the plan.
There are jobs that are cut out for the youth in the construction industry that the aged person cannot do. So they have been factored in. And what is that? The masonry, the tiling, you understand? These are special arts that only the young men for now have the skill sets to do. And we are also looking at improving on those skill sets by training and retraining them so that they can build a maintenance culture in the future.
Because statistics reaching us in all the sites we have contractors working, you will find that not less than 1,000 laborers and other menial job employees, food vendors, and the like are all engaged there. I mean, if 1,000 of our youths are taken off the street, then of course this has boosted business for the building manufacturing industry, and in so doing, the economy has been stimulated, and it is not a coincidence that the recession that the country found itself in, within 1 year, Nigeria was able to exit recession, and the National Housing Program played a critical role. Mind you, as part of the government's overall investment in infrastructure.
On behalf of the field headquarters, welcome you to our National Housing Program site. This site is located at Eseigbe. Delta State government donated this 10 hectares of land to us here for the program. And as you can see, construction work is on. We are having about 14 number blocks, 2-bedroom, semi-detached bungalows here, which makes up about 28 units. Then 8 number blocks of 3-bedroom semi-bungalows, which is made up of 16 units. And one condo. The condo is there. The condo is at the DPC level of 24 mixed units. The mixed units involved 4 units of 1-bedroom, 16 units of 2-bedroom, and 4 units of 3-bedroom.
Again, let me repeat, when you hear that the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing has a budget or the largest budget, this is what happens to that budget. We are just a conduit for moving it on to the people of Nigeria through contracts that are awarded, work that is done, payments that are made, concrete, cement that is mixed, woodwork that is done by carpenters, iron rods that is put together, bound together by laborers. So that's what happens to that budget. This is the destination of the budget. So what we're doing first is developing a model that we think Nigerians will accept. We've been challenged by the procurement system that we haven't finished all, but some houses are finished in some states out of 24, and we will hand them over as we go on. But we're still working on the allocation process, but at least we will show that we have built. And the allocation process also has to be transparent so that we can reach the real people who accept and who can afford. But in the intervening period, the first objective has been met. The first objective is jobs.
I'm an artisan, I'm a painter. I would like to speak on the fact that this project has affected our lives positively. We want to thank the federal government, especially the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the person of President Muhammadu Buhari. He has affected my life positively. I've been able to pay my bills and take care of my family as a man. Even if it is an artisan job and as a graduate speaking, I really enjoy doing this, and I pray God to extend his life so that more of this kind of projects will be done, and we, the artisans, will benefit a lot from it. Thank you very much, Mr.
So going around all those sites, I met painters, I met masons, I met cement mixers, I met bricklayers, I met carpenters, I met those who were making aluminium windows, I met electrical engineers, I met food vendors, I met suppliers coming around and say, oh, we found work here. First job done. Second job is acceptability and affordability. And then we'll go to financing, and then we'll go to the value chain that I've spoken about. New house, new curtains, new bulbs, new this, new that, and we're using made in Nigeria.
Use of made in Nigeria goods is one of the key words we said. You also do know that the president deliberately have done the Executive Order 5, which says use Nigerians, use made in Nigeria goods that will deploy in any service we are deploying, until and unless it is almost impossible to get those services by Nigerians from a made in Nigerian product.
With the exception of any component that either our production capacity is insufficient, such as door hinges. Other than that, electrical cables and aluminum roofing sheets, doors, cement, everything is locally produced.
So if you have created an employment opportunity for the youth, and you have also insisted that certain components of the project must be made in Nigerian products, definitely it goes to say economic growth will follow because of the opportunities that has been given, so economic growth will follow.
So that, as I said earlier, our own medium and small scale industry has been heavily boosted by this program.
Economic growth in terms of the capacity of persons, in terms of the made in Nigerian products, in terms of people that are servicing that industry by way of small trades, small supplies, and so on and so forth. Economy will grow around it beyond even the imagination of the conception.
And we've prescribed that, and I'm happy that that is happening largely across the board. We're not where we want to be, but we need to validate the concept before we roll out the product. And so, I'm good.
I am pleased to announce that government is committed to cut down the country's housing deficit and accelerate the delivery of housing units to Nigeria through the ongoing National Housing Program. I indeed commend the foresight and innovative ideals and efforts of the staff multipurpose cooperative society officials of the housing sector for taking a giant step by aligning with the ministry's core mandate of ensuring adequate, affordable, and sustainable housing delivery. While government is concerned about providing shelter for the teeming population, the gross insufficient funds due to dwindling revenue pose a form of serious challenge to government to single-handedly provide houses for all Nigerians. Thus, people are encouraged to come together and form cooperative societies in order to support members with soft loans to acquire proper or even put-up structures like this for them to acquire.
This is a process that is still work in progress. Like I said earlier, this is a pilot phase. In this pilot phase, we want to test for the affordability of these houses, as well as the acceptability in the communities that we have taken this program to. You will agree with me that it is what attracts a person that person will purchase. So as the construction is going on, even before we started, we make extensive consultations and evaluations in the communities to see the kind of design. And I want to tell you that we have a Nigerian design.
This program started early 2017, and to God be the glory. I would say with respect to the building aspect, we've been able to achieve more than 75% of the building completion. Then the infrastructure, yes, we are doing very well in the infrastructure. The government intends to commission this project on the 15th of September this year.
The National Housing Program, what we have ongoing in the sites is what you can call a Nigerian brand, which takes cognizance of our cultural diversities. That is why for the 2-bedroom semi-detached bungalow, for example, we have the type A, which is prevalent in our northern region of the country because of cultural preferences. People in the north, like courtyards, for staying out in the evenings when it's very, very hot. And so you see that we did all these assessments, and even now we are monitoring, and I'm happy that the response we have been receiving is very encouraging. A lot of inquiries are coming in. So when we determine the affordability level, that the people can actually buy into this program and seek to purchase these houses.
The change that we must also have is the change that moves people away from buying houses as if they were going to buy fish in the market. You just pay for everything at once. That's not how it works in other societies. Your payment period is spread over some time, usually your working life.
Here what you see is the first 2 phases of a huge project that's going to deliver affordable housing to Nigerians. We feel extremely privileged to be working with a family home funds with the federal government of Nigeria to deliver housing that is truly affordable.
This one is okay, light, water, everything is okay. And you own it? I'm owning it. I'm the owner. I didn't own it with anybody anymore. Okay, that's very good. I'm enjoying the place.
Well, basically here on this site we have studio apartments, we have 1-bedroom apartments and 2-bedroom apartments. There are 1 or 2 3-bedroom apartments, but we find that most people at that sort of level will only be able to afford about 2 bedrooms. So that's the category that we have here.
Yeah, the house is okay, thank God. And some of us, we are privileged to have our own house. This year I was just thinking that how will I, now that I'm not working, when will we get our own house? But God just did it for us. Yeah.
So where were you people living before?
We are living in Ado, Nyanya. So now we are happy that we are staying in our own house. No more paying of house rent. We thank God for everything. We are okay, the water, the drying and the lights.
We've worked together. All the departments in the ministry are represented here. Not to talk of the contractors. They are all willing to learn. They listen to corrections, and they are very good at adhering to specifications. And we make sure that everything we have used on this side is locally sourced. From the cement to the doors, everything we have, even the cables, are all made in Nigerian cables.
Which is very good for the whole Nigerians. I still pray that they will continue, because we need more, and we need more houses for Nigeria. So they should continue. It's a very good project for the whole Nigeria.
As you can see now, we are doing water reticulation. We've done the borehole, we've done the tank. If you look at it down, you see the tank stand, and the tank is being fully installed. I can tell you we are all about 95% completion.
So our contractor employed you?
Yes, sir.
So which one is better, this one or the roadside?
This one is better because at least here we have gained so many experience.
Okay, you're learning.
Yes,
also.
it's just like institution.
Okay. So why don't you stay on your own? Why do you come here?
I come here because I wanted to get more experience. And now I have more experience on the work. And the payment is very good. It's very attractive.
Where is my own share?
We will discuss that later.
Okay. We are quite delighted that this project has come here to this community. I'm a native of this state, to this community and to this state because we understand the idea behind the National Housing Program which Mr. President has instituted, and we are glad that this project is here to bring development to this neighborhood, to be able to be a part of the remedies to solve the housing deficit in the country.
The program is meant to improve the visibility and practicability of development houses with high low content for the state and private sector operators to implement. It is being implemented in collaboration with the state within the context of the social inclusion, job creation, and youth empowerment, as well as improving human capital development objectives of the EIGP.
This is meant to honor the memory of the Akinwumi Eseigbe, the Owele of Onitsha, the great Zik of Africa, and Nigeria's first president, and one of her foremost nationalists. As I reflected on Zik's life and all of what he achieved, I acknowledge that Zik does not need this house. It is we who need Zik's name to give this house a meaning.
On behalf of our team in this ministry, I express our gratitude for the privilege to have been part of this project to honor the great Zik and outstanding Nigerian idol. Thank you very much. So Zik Mausoleum is finished. As I said earlier, Oka Secretariat is nearly finished. The contractor says he can finish in a matter of 1 or 2 months subject to payment. Zamfara Secretariat is finished. We have a slowdown with Nasarawa. We're making progress, I think, with Bayelsa. Ekiti just started. So, by the by, our strategy is we can't continue to bemoan abandoned, uncompleted projects without taking concrete action to complete them. Again, so instead of talking, this government is doing. And that's a difference. That's change. Every government comes, X, Y, 1,000 number of abandoned projects. What are you doing about it? This government is completing it. That's different. That's change. We are walking our talk.
You will see that we have tried to improve the quality because we build it for people who are lower in income. Doesn't mean that it has to be badly built. This is the quality of life. When President Buhari said in the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan that he will invest in the Nigerian people, this is part of what it means. That it will give you a quality of life that lifts you up. So because it's for low-income people, doesn't mean it has to be badly built. And you will see me every time I'm inspecting, I'm asking my team, we must change the standard. Now, but this is our first entry into the market. Over the next few years, we have a research and development department who will continue to advise us where we made mistakes, how to change things. Just like you will take your tape back and you will sit down with your editor now, you will edit it. And that's how we will continue to improve.
Welcome back. Hope you have enjoyed our Boldfaces moments, capturing the realities of the Federal Ministry of Power Works and Housing, focusing on the operations and activities in the housing sector. Our appreciation goes to the Honorable Minister of Power Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, and his management team, directors and staff for their support during this production. Also, to everyone that featured and contributed towards the successful completion of this documentary, we say thank you.